Today, I'm going to talk about 5 simple modifications that you can make to your stock motorcycle to enhance its look and maybe even get a little performance out of it. And the best part about it, the most expensive part, it's less than $50. Before we get started today, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. So, if you were anything like me, when you bought your new motorcycle, it was bone stock, and at that time, a new exhaust system was completely out of the question. I had to completely forget about the new air cleaner, and even at that time, the tuner, it was definitely out of the question for me. So since I couldn't afford to get the exhaust system, the air cleaner, and the tuner done all at once right after I got the bike, I found other ways to modify the bike and kind of make it my own and enhance the look and the performance a little bit on the really cheap side. Now, all the parts I'm going to talk about, 3 of the 5, I have links below in the description for. 2 of the parts you are going to have to go to your Harley-Davidson dealer for, or you might be able to order them online. Harley-Davidson's kind of finicky, so there's no telling what they're going to do when it comes to getting the parts you want online. First up on the modification list, if you've ridden with the stock headlight at night, you know it sucks. So this is also the most expensive item on my list, but it's probably one of the most important. I know it improved my nighttime riding experience quite a bit, and I absolutely love it. This is the one part I said that is almost $50, but it is worth every penny. I've had this headlight in for 3 years. I've put probably about 8,000 miles on it, and I haven't had one problem with it whatsoever. This is the SunPie LED headlight, and I have this in the links down below. These are extremely easy to install. To install these headlights, the only thing you have to do is take this screw out, this trim ring comes off, and the headlight comes right out. You'll unplug it, plug the new one in, and put the trim ring back on. This will definitely enhance your safety in your nighttime riding. It made a huge difference for me. It put more light out front, it was brighter, it was cleaner, it even lit up the ditches a lot better as well. And trust me, on my way home, I see a lot of deer. Another good inexpensive modification to consider is changing your turn signal covers from the amber to the black smoked out look. So what I did here is I removed the amber covers and I went with a smoky gray turn signal cover. Now, one thing you'll have to note is that you'll have to buy amber colored bulbs, which this isn't a big deal, and you can do what I did, and I have the links in the description for these covers and the bulbs that I used on this bike. I went with the bulbs that they project a white running light, they flash amber, and then with the signal shut off, they're back to white again. If your motorcycle has its own tail light and the turn signals don't double as tail lights, you'll need to buy amber bulbs for the rear. But if your turn signals double as the tail light and the turn signal, you'll want to make sure you get red bulbs for your rear turn signals. Now on to some really good upgrades. This upgrade is one of my favorite. I absolutely loved it when I did it to this bike. I loved it so much, I even did it to my wife's bike as well. Change out to the Screamin Eagle plug wires, the 10mm fat plug wires. These things are awesome. They make the bike look good, and arguably, they even make it sound better and run better. Now, as far as sounding better, I thought to myself when I changed out the spark plug wires on this bike to the Screamin Eagles, I thought it changed the sound. I noticed it did start a little easier, but I thought it had a little deeper rumble to it at idle. And now what's funny about this is, my wife, she could care less about the mechanicals and this and that. If it looks good, it sounds good, and it runs good, she's happy with it. But on her Sportster 48, we changed from the stock plug wires over to the Screamin Eagle wires, and even she commented that her bike sounds different. So to me, that adds a little validity to my thought. Here we have the Screamin Eagle plug wires installed on the motorcycle. Here you can see how much larger they are than the factory ones. It really does enhance the look of the bike in my opinion. Now these do come in several different color options depending on which motorcycle you have. I believe for the Sportster they only come in orange and then just straight black. But the black looks pretty good as well. Now, if you have a Milwaukee 8 engine or a Dyna, I believe you get them in red, orange, or black. So while we're on the subject of spark plug wires, that brings me to my next modification. Now, whether you're already at 10,000 miles and you're going to go ahead and change your spark plugs, or if you just want to go ahead and change them just for the heck of it, I've got a good one for you right here. They're a little bit more expensive, but I did notice that the bike was a little peppier and it started a lot quicker too. Change out your factory plugs for a set of the Screamin Eagle spark plugs. This is the electrode of the factory spark plug. This is the electrode on the Screamin Eagle spark plug. It's a high performance plug and it even says Screamin Eagle on it. Yeah, I know, that's kind of dumb, but it is what it is. But it's a good plug. I really like it. Just make sure you get the right ones. There's two different ones they offer. If you have a high compression kit, like if you've done a stage 4 kit and you're running 10.5 to 1 compression, make sure you get the plug that's for the high compression. But if your bike is stock compression, make sure you get the standard compression plug. Also, when reinstalling, remember the heads are aluminum, and be sure to thread them in by hand all the way down to make sure you don't cross-thread them and strip them out on those aluminum heads. And as always, be safe, use a torque wrench, go slow, torque them between 90 and 120 inch-pounds. The spec is 90 to 120 inch-pounds. I'm gonna go 100. That's all there is to it. Oh yeah, and remember, put your spark plug boots back on. Make sure they click. Last but not least on the list of inexpensive upgrades is gonna be some front axle cap covers. I did these on my bike and my wife's bike, and they really dressed up the look. Kind of took that bare, unfinished look of the front axle off. These guys are easy to install. They slip directly over the axle. They got a couple of set screws. You tighten them up and you're done. Now these guys, you can buy them at the Harley-Davidson dealer, or you can check the links below and go to Amazon and pick some up for less than 20 bucks, depending on what you get. On this bike, since it was all chromed out, I went with just some basic black front axle caps. Now on my wife's bike, we got a little more stylish and bought her some that matched her rims and her grips and her foot pegs. There you go. There is 5 simple ways to upgrade your motorcycle that you can do yourself in your garage with some basic hand tools and really zero experience. In my opinion, honestly, probably the hardest thing to do is to install the spark plug wires. Having to lift the tank a little bit and slide them up through the wiring loom and get them routed correctly. But if you just take your time, be careful, pay attention to what you're doing, you'll be fine. I mean, so if you were like me, you just bought the bike, it's completely stock, but you want to do some modifications in the meantime that don't cost a whole lot of money. Like I said, the most expensive thing on my list today was the headlight, and the headlight is just under $50. But each one of these products offers something different for your motorcycle as far as an upgrade, whether it be a look, better lighting, a little more performance. These are great ways to get your feet wet while you're waiting to be able to purchase your stage 1, your pipes, your air cleaner, and your tuner. Before I end today's video, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers and everybody who's been watching and has been a part of this channel. I started this channel not knowing absolutely anything about YouTube, about filming, about cameras, and if you watch my videos, it's probably obvious I still don't really know anything, but we've made some great videos. The channel has grown tremendously, and a big announcement, if you haven't noticed already, there are some ads on the videos now. We actually were able to get monetized, which has been amazing. I have absolutely, I've worked so hard to get to this point with the monetization, the ups, the downs, trying to get on a regular schedule. I had to take a break for a little while, but we finally did it. We finally got monetized. We're over 2,000 subscribers. I think right now, as I'm filming this video, we're sitting at about 2,230. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you. I am very grateful for everybody that has watched the videos, everyone that has commented. And please remember, if there are any videos you would like to see me do, let me know. You know, if there's anything about a Sportster or any motorcycle, let me know. I'll be more than happy to look at it and see if I can make a video on it for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you found some products on here today that'll help you enhance your motorcycle. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I really hope that today's video helped you find some inexpensive upgrades for your motorcycle. So, until next week, guys, stay safe on the streets, take care of yourself and each other, and I'll catch you guys next week. Thank you for watching.